Exciting news today from Fantasy Island. They have officially announced their 2026 brand refresh. This year marks 10 years since Mellors Group took over Fantasy Island. Over that decade, the park has grown significantly, with new rides, attractions, bars, larger events and expanded entertainment. Now we are stepping into a new era with our 2026 brand refresh. You will begin to see fresh colours, updated signage and a brighter, more modern visual identity across the park. It is a refresh rather than a reinvention. The same Fantasy Island that our visitors know and love, the same thrills, the same family fun, presented in a bold new style that reflects who we are today and where we are heading. Now, on the surface, this might sound like new logos, new colours and move on, but I think it's more interesting than that because timing and context matter. This year marks 10 years since Mellors took over Fantasy Island. 10 years! And if you followed that park over that time, you know it hasn't just stood still. They've added rides, removed rides, expanded areas, brought in more entertainment, improved food and bar offerings, and they made the park feel busier, louder, and just more alive. It isn't the Fantasy Island of a decade ago. It's not the Fantasy Island that it was when they took it over. It's bigger, more confident, and more ambitious. So hitting that 10-year milestone and then announcing a refresh, that's not accidental. That's a deliberate plan. On their press release, Fantasy Island say, Fantasy Island celebrates 10 years under Mellors Group with a brand refresh. Fantasy Island is marking 10 years under Mellors Group with the start of a new chapter for the 2026 season. Since taking over in 2016, Mellors Group has continued to invest in Fantasy Island, helping it grow year after year. During that time, the park has welcomed new rides, fully refurbished bars, brand new venues, bigger events and more entertainment, making it an even better day out for families, thrill seekers and returning visitors. The 2026 season represents the next phase of that journey. Rather than a full overhaul, this is a brand refresh that marks where Fantasy Island is heading next. Guests will begin to see small but meaningful changes across the park, showing how the resort continues to evolve. From Saturday the 21st of March, visitors will start to notice the refreshed signage, updated colours and a brighter, more modern look introduced across selected areas of the park. While these changes roll out, Fantasy Island remains the same place people know and love, focused on thrills, family fun and creating great memories for everybody who visits. The refresh forms part of Mellors Group's long-term investment in Fantasy Island, ensuring the park continues to improve over time while staying true to its roots and its loyal fans. What is actually changing? This isn't a full identity wipe, this isn't a full rebrand. They're not changing the name, they're not changing the park, they're not trying to become something they're not. It's a refresh. You're going to start seeing fresh colours, updated signage, and a brighter, more modern visual across the park. It will still have the same rides, the same thrills, the same family feel. It's still Fantasy Island. It's just presented in a way that reflects where they are in 2026. And honestly, I think that's important because here's the part that people shouldn't ignore. Mellors Group haven't just been focusing on Fantasy Island. They recently acquired Lightwater Valley. And that changes the conversation. When a group starts to grow as portfolio, things and attention shift. You're no longer just operating one little seaside park. You're building a presence in the UK theme park scene. And when that happens, branding means more than anything. Consistency matters. Long-term direction matters. So when Fantasy Island decide to refresh in 2026, in the same period that Mellors Group have bought Lightwater Valley, this feels connected and it feels strategic. So what does this mean going forward? If you invested in multiple parks, you're thinking about the long term. You're thinking about your perception, about the audience growth, about staying competitive, and about attracting new visitors while still keeping hold of the loyal ones. And a modern, cleaner, brighter identity helps with that. It signals momentum. It says we're not just maintaining, we're moving forward. As well as the refresh, they've also confirmed a huge season up and coming. New events, new shows, and brand new entertainment to be revealed in the next few weeks. So this refresh isn't just cosmetic, it feels like the start of something new. Like they're setting the tone for what's to come. And we here find that really interesting and we're really looking forward to getting up there later this year. When parks align visual changes with operational changes, it usually means they're confident about what they've got planned. From my point of view, and especially visiting as a family, Fantasy Island has felt a lot more energetic over the last few years. There's more going on, more effort in the events, and more reasons to go back. So seeing them visually step into a new era doesn't feel forced. It feels earned. It feels like they've grown into it. And importantly, they're not trying to change what the place is. They're just owning their identity and polishing it. Now I know some people love nostalgia. They don't want the parks to change. They know their logos, they know the colour schemes, and they're not happy sometimes when the branding does get updated. They like that slightly old school, seaside charm. And I get that. But evolution doesn't mean erasing history. It means making sure the park looks as exciting as it feels. Because if you stand still, you fall behind. It's really that simple. So I want to know what you think. Is a brand refresh a positive note? Do you like seeing the parks modernised? And what do you think about Mellors Group expanding with Lightwater Valley's purchase? Is this good for the UK theme park scene? Because for us, it shows ambition, and ambition is never a bad thing. 2026 feels like a big, big year for Fantasy Island and for the Mellors Group. 10 years in, new visual identity, expansions happening behind the scenes, and lots of entertainment to be announced for the year. It's a new era, the same thrills, and there's a bigger picture unfolding. We'll be watching this very closely, and we really look forward to getting up there later in the year. And let's see where this goes. So for now, we will see you later.